And yo. What
What
is
up?
good, people?
What up? What up? What up? Coach Fi,
We
how you
are
doing,
in
man?
the building.
Entered the
Happy
building.
Saturday. Happy Saturday. We about to get it popping. We got a huge show for y'all tonight. We got Poppa left and CK in the building. We got Summer League vibes. We got Daddy B. It's what it is.
Coach Fi, man, wrong way. Coach Fi, what's up, bro? Let's go, man. Drop that theme music, bro.
Yeah, brother, we about to get in.
What is going on?
Yo, just having a ball, my brother.
Happy Saturday. Happy weekend. Weekend is here.
Yes. Happy Nicklandia, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right, man. Nicklandia. I just said that yesterday, man. I was talking to one of our guests last night, man, and I had to come up with a word for the Knicks fandom, and Nickslandia is where I landed, bro.
Yo, Nicklandia is where to land, though.
Yeah, it is.
It is what it is.
You want to do one of your? Let's get a famous Coach Fi intro for the two All-Stars that we got on deck.
Oh, you know that's coming. And in this corner, we have one of the most wildly ridiculous fans I've ever met. Lyrical content is through the roof. His loyalty, his devotion is unmatched. Man. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Poppa left.
Welcome, bro. Welcome.
And now,
what's going on?
In this corner, from all places good in the world, we have pound for pound.
AKA
one
the
of
West
the most
Coast.
Redonkulous East Coast, West Coast, all coast fans in Nicklandia history. Ladies and gentlemen, I am talking about none other than CK.
What up, bro?
Bar none, the greatest intro I have ever received in my entire life. Not even, no cap. Coach, I appreciate you. What's up, y'all?
I thought they were setting you up when they were talking about lyrical content.
No, that's you.
No, that's you, man.
That's you.
Lyrical Yo, don't monster. Be surprised. I send you a beat for us to get on the song with.
Ooh.
Don't be surprised.
I'm ready.
You're always ready, that's for sure.
Yo, that's why I love him. Yo, Pop left. You lightweight the man, bro. I'm just saying. You are really about it, man. You put a lot of work and emphasis and energy into everything you do for the Knicks, man. And just on a humble, man. I appreciate you.
Same, bro. Same, man.
Big
dude. Facts. Same back at you, bro. Same at you, bro.
So, Danny, let's get into this show. Let's see what's going on. You guys, hold on. Y'all repped Summer League so righteously.
So hard, man.
So just it's about. Hold on a sec.
What do we got?
Let's see what we're looking at.
It's just one clip.
That's just look at him.
I love it, man. I love it.
That's our family right there. Y'all had it, man. Y'all had it.
That's got to bring back memories, man.
Y'all don't understand. This man Poppa left was a celebrity, bro. I was just happy to be there. You don't understand because look, man, being in the West Coast, I go to, if I'm not able to make the trip out, I'm only able to go to these Lakers and Clipper games. And there we show up. As you guys know, Knicks fans show up to those things, but they're really timid. They're really quiet. So then when I'm there, I'm loud. My homies that are Laker fans or Clipper fans are with me. They're laughing and stuff like that because they're like, "Oh, shut up," because we either getting blown up by 20 or we losing by 5 or something like that.
Right.
But this is my first time experiencing and being with a real one, and Poppa left, so it made my job easy because he was doing his damn thing. I was just there. I was doing what I normally do. Poppa left is like me times 55. And this dude was like, they had Summer League social media on this dude. Like, I had to get a piece from my social media stuff. Like, Poppa left, like he's about it. None of it was for the cameras. None of it was to build celebrity. Like, that's just who he is. And I like I said, that week, my respect, like I already had a lot of respect for this guy. Just seeing him in the trenches during the playoffs and stuff like that. My respect went through the roof for this cat after that Summer League week because it was all real. It was all authentic. None of it was for show. And it's crazy. It's crazy, man.
That's what's up, and it translates. If you follow Poppa Left at all, whether it's on Twitter, on Instagram, or you're catching the videos he's putting out,
and you should.
At 100%, you absolutely should.
Facts,
Live Like Lefty, you definitely should, man. The vibes and the energy that you get from those, it translates. You know what I mean? So we all know it comes from a real place. So the fact that you brought that out, with you guys to Vegas and it was showcased right on NBA TV for the world to see, it just means so much. You know what I mean? For the fan base, it takes it such a long way.
The coolest thing I saw was those reporters and analysts literally was like, "Yo, Knick fans are traveling," and I literally heard y'all. Because they panned the camera and y'all was like, yeah. I was like, yo, I know the people. That's my people. Yeah. I mean, that knowing that we were all like boots on the ground, bruh, thank y'all. Because that for us that couldn't travel, knowing that real deal Knick fans did travel and they were there in the building while we were repping so hard. Oh, man. Everything about it was beautiful.
It does, man. Poppa Left in that clip, right, where at the end of it, you're going like, you're going like this a little bit. Talk to us. What's going on there, man?
Oh man, that's my whole life as a Knicks fan. That's like set up the offense, hold up, bring it out. I feel like energy is a real thing. How you quantify it is up to the creator, is up to the universe and your own perception of things. But I feel like with me, CK, Greg Armstrong, his son, I feel like when we were out there, I feel like we changed the energy of the game. Sometimes you invite energy that comes back to bite you, as in the case of Matt Ryan. When I was solo dolo against the Cavaliers, I turned that man into the next Reggie Miller. We've seen it with Trae Young. We invited some energy that may have come back to bite us, but I think that's what separates Knicks. I think that's what separates Knicks fans from other fans is that there's die hard and then there's just hard. Hard fans are just people who are ready to be hard when the time is convenient. I feel like we're diehards, meaning like we were down 20 against the Pistons in the Summer League game. And I think our mantra was the same, that, we're going to give our players, it wasn't, a lot of people talking about repping the fans, which is 100% true. But a lot of it was we were physically in proximity, very close to a lot of Knicks that were just never in the NBA or never experienced what the Knicks fan was like. So we wanted to rep for them as well. So, and we're in a lot of respects, we're older than a lot of the players, you know what I mean? And we wanted to let them know that things are all right. You know what I mean? We're not going to get swayed by this emotion. We're not going to get all tough on you. You got this. This is not necessarily about a win and loss situation. This is about working hard and knowing that, this is what earns the respect. We're not going away down 20. And I think the Pistons game was my favorite game of all the games because I felt like we willed a comeback. I know, CK, you felt that way as well. I felt like we moved it back down 20 and we were just sitting there like, all right, we got to get it to this point. We got to get it to, a 8-point lead with 4 minutes left. And I feel like I feel like I turned around and I said that to the fans behind me. It was like I was raised on that perspective. I was raised, all right, if we could just get the lead to 10, and, get it to single digits,
optimistic,
and
man.
build
That's all it is.
hope that way. I think with that clip alone, it was just trying to, feel like you were a part of the game and take advantage of the opportunity that we had presented in front of us, which was pretty much having that space to say, hey, we're Knicks fans. We came out here to travel to come impact the game and represent.
Hell yeah, man.
And y'all did impact that game. So, CK, what are your views on that particular Detroit Pistons game?
Yeah, no, I'm with Papa Left on that one. That was 100% my favorite game for sure. Like he put it perfectly because, of course, it was upsetting to be down as big as we were at certain points in that game, especially because, again, like he put perfectly, with the energy, with the hype, with us being what we were doing that entire summer league, comes the outside noise because it's like, oh, well, what about your Knicks now? Like they were going at it. Papa Left was over there fighting. It wasn't even phased by him. They throwing lefts and rights, and Papa Left taking them like Superman, like wasn't even feeling none of them. And so it was one of those things where it's like we ain't listening to that. We ain't worried about that. We know these Knicks. We know that this is summer league, and we know that it's about the confidence of seeing what they can get from this kind of experience, being down like that. I think Poppa even said that in experience. He said, "I like this. This is something I want to see. I want my players, my younger guys, to see something like this and to see what they do, how they come out of it." And we saw that. And even though it didn't end the way we wanted it to, I completely agree with Papa Left in the stance that was 100% one of my favorite games, because the entire time there was no obviously there's a few times and we point a few things like always the defense and those little things, but mainly our big thing. I think we said about 1 billion times: chip away. Bring it to 8, chip away, get it to 10, and they did that. They did just that the entire game, and I can only echo the sentiment of Papa Left, because he's right, because our ideal was, because we were literally right behind the bench, is to just let them know, like, look, we with y'all. Like, I know we down 20-something, but if we keeping our heads up, y'all keep your heads up too. And it was working because, I feel like our energy helped a lot in that second half, because they went on a nice run, and it was a fun game. It was a fun overall game regardless of what the outcome was, because at the end of the day, it is still summer league, and we saw our young guys break through, especially it's a Cade game, so it's, televised, and people are blah, 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 blah. So, I completely agree. That was definitely probably my favorite game of the week.
That's awesome.
Now, I will say this, as Papa Left alluded to earlier in the conversation, it's not just about repping for Knick fans. These young guys hear y'all. They see we travel, and they now start to understand. Oh, it's that serious here.
Hey, I don't mean to,
like that. Yes,
I don't mean to cut you off, but can we Papa Left? Can we tell them about Trey Murphy?
Oh, hit it!
Yeah,
tell it, man.
Yeah. I think it was Pelicans Cavs before the Pistons Knicks game. Yeah. And I saw Trey Murphy and I said, "Hey Trey, good game. You would have looked a lot better in a Knick uniform." Yeah. And he turned around and he smiled and he kind of nodded and then laughed back and turned back watching the game. And the thing is that you could yell at all these players and make comments and whatnot, but when you're in a space that's so intimate and you can get into the psyche and you find the little things that you could say that is going to either get a reaction, and if you get the reaction, that what you're saying is facts. What you're saying has a real tangible feeling within that player. So for me to, obviously Trey Murphy was picked at 17 with the Knicks looming at 19. He's going into that draft thinking, hey, what would it be like to be a New York Knick and play at Madison Square Garden in front of these fans? And he got a little bit of a taste of it, and I feel like one of the questions I asked to Evan Fournier about perception around the league, I think it's important for us to continue to just be who we are, with the elevated product that we're putting out on the floor, just continue to bring the same energy, because this is a marathon. It's not a race. And I think that the allure of playing at the Garden. Yes, we went down 4-1, but I think in many respects we came away through multiple channels of public figures, came away saying, I think I don't know who the gentleman was in the NBA. Maybe it was Perkins, but he was talking about, or Shaq or somebody, one of these guys were saying that or Barkley, I don't know who it was, but I remember them comparing the arena at Barclays Center versus the Garden, and I feel like, who won last year's playoffs hype? I think Madison Square Garden came away looking amazing. I think the building was shaking, the building was rocking, and we just wanted to, reiterate that energy, to the players. I remember Amir Sims, who actually got signed to a 2-way contract. The Knicks were playing the Cavs the last game I was there, and he had sealed, in basketball, if you seal your defender, you're ready to get a post-entry pass. And this is a part of, the IQ of a Knicks fan, right? What are we looking for? We're looking for fundamentals, hustle, intensity. And it was within the game. He didn't get the entry pass. And then he came off the court about 3, 4, 5 minutes later. And I said, Amir, that was a hell of a seal. And he kind of looked up like with a glimmer in his eye, like, yo, these guys are crazy. Like, these guys are actually watching.
You noticed that? Wow.
These guys are, and he smiled, he laughed. And I think it's like, that attention to detail, we're never going to be, at least in the immediate future, we're not going to be the team that can take off a quarter, take off a possession. So to have players feel like it's worth it, to have that rush of dopamine, to be celebrated for a hustle play, to be celebrated for
just as
the
small
little
as that.
things. I think we've all played basketball. And I think there's no other metaphor I would bring in. There's no do or die kind of feeling when you're willing, when you're playing basketball, to like, you're tired, your legs are under you, and you can give up a play, and when it was you, when you gave up the play because you weren't willing to spend that energy. And I think that is a piece of the game where if you're a New York Knick, it's just a little bit more bearable because you're going to be celebrated and immortalized for it. A la, Reggie Bullock, you know what I mean? Forever.
Fair.
We'll always show him love. He's on the Mavericks, but he'll forever be a Knick because of the effort he decided to give in.
Yeah. All right. Man. So check it out. What we're going to do next, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk a bit more about how our rookies handled their business and get into a couple of more videos with Greg, as a matter of fact, since he wasn't able to make the show. So strap in, and ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back.
Right back.
You want your floaters to float. You want your 3-pointers to splash. You want to make an impact your rookie year. You got to use this new cologne, Emmanuel number 5. That's that New York-ish. Chanel, Emmanuel, number 5. This is how New York does it, baby. At stores near you, or at every single Knick game. Go watch, go enjoy. This is what it is. Say it with me. Emmanuel, number 5. Spring, summer 2021, y'all. You gotta get to the barbershop and get those Julius Randle's hairstyle trends for men. We talking about the triple threat, the Spree 99, the 3 in a rows. Yo, you know that All-Star is what's popping this summer. Knowing me, I'm probably gonna get that baseline fade. But right now, I'm most definitely rocking the blowout loss. Go to your barbershops, get your hairstyle trends for men, baby. cornroll it up, Julius.
Those get me every time, man. When
You
you
always-
say in the
you always rock the
Emmanuel
side
number
chicken.
5, yo, all day. Let's go.
Well, I'm rocking the base. I'm rocking the blowout loss.
I'm taking off my hat. I am rocking the blowout loss. My loss is like by 50 points, so I'm not taking my hat off. So I'm definitely trying to get to that triple threat mode. So it's tough getting there. It's tough getting there.
Oh man!
At least you got options, man. At least you got options.
Right. I'm enjoying them while I can.
Dude, baby oil is great. All I'm gonna say.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
man.
Get the little buff going, nice little shine. Oh yeah.
There you
As
go.
soon, look, keep it real. As soon as this goes back here, I'm doing that.
He's like, I'm with y'all. Right.
So that's what happened, man.
Coach
That's what
5
happened.
Jefferson.
Right.
Yeah, I'll say this.
Man.
I'll say this, guys. I love being bald. I don't think any lover of Poppa Left has complained about his bald head, but I do miss having hair, man. There's not a shower that goes by where I'm just like, this ain't it. Like, so if you have hair, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank
100%,
God that you got some hair.
Indeed.
And you know what I mean? Appreciate it, take care of it, you know?
I feel the same way, man.
Words
Same
of
way.
wisdom from my brother Poppa Left.
Yeah.
All right.
But if you're bald, there's still hope for you.
Oh God, bald is sexy. Are you kidding?
Yeah, bald's been in, man. The last
I've
few years,
rocked
I gotta
baldies
say.
on purpose.
There you go.
You know what I mean? I've let it all go and just be free, dude. And it's kind of liberating. It really is.
Yo, next playoff run. Let's do it.
Yo, no.
Here's my problem. I grew up on this show called Roly Poly Oly, right? And there's like these square-headed characters. Yeah, I could probably be part of that family if I go bald. My head is cube shaped. You know, you probably can't tell. So if I get to that point, it's gonna be a real adjustment period for me because my boy.
Well, hopefully you don't, man. Hopefully you don't.
Nah.
You know?
We'll see.
Your locks seem strong, young Padawan.
The follicles are fighting.
All right, so let's real quick jump into a couple of videos with Greg A since he isn't here, and we definitely want to get his vibe. Big shouts to him, and then we're gonna get just a little one-on-one with how you guys feel about the rookies. So let's start this off.
I'm just gonna throw a couple other ones out here. This is from last year. I mean,
That's from this year. That's from this year. Yeah,
yes,
this was so much fun this year. You know, with CK2K and Poppa Left, we had a ball out there. It was funny because I didn't know Poppa Left when I got there. So he was sitting a row in front of me, and he was making so much noise, so much energy, and I was like, "Yeah, man, this is what I like. This, you know." So I wound up going down and introducing myself, and we kind of we vibe from there. And the energy that we all put out, it was like we had a whole row, and we were making so much energy the whole arena could hear us. You know, so it was definitely a fun time.
That is freaking awesome, man. I got a small clip here that I clipped of you guys featured, just rooting. Obviously, you got Poppa Left there, but you're right here in the bottom corner too, man. CK in the back. So just looks like it was such a great time. You know what I mean? You guys had a blast just repping us. You know what I mean? Hard. I feel like everywhere you looked, you turn on the game and they're talking about Knicks fans. You know what I mean? So just amazing energy that we were kind of able to bring from New York over to Vegas.
That's the true passion of the fan base. Every time I go out there, I meet Knick fans.
Next video.
I got a Summer League story for you. I just remembered one. We're sitting down, me, Poppa Left, and CK2K, my son, and a couple other guys. And there's a guy sitting behind us. And, he goes up to Poppa Left, and he taps him on the shoulder and says, "Excuse me, are you going to be standing up all game?" And then Poppa Left turns around and looks at him and said, "Hell yeah, I'm going to be standing up all game. What do you think? I'm a Knick fan. I came 3,000 miles to come see my team play. That's the passion Knick fans have. Yeah, I'm going to be standing all game. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be rude or anything like that, but this is how we do. you know, and then the guy was like, all right, no problem, you know.
That's so funny, man. He has so much energy. I can't wait to link up with him tomorrow.
And here we are, and the energy is still here.
Bro,
Dude, you
thought
have
those
now
two
become
clips,
my
man.
favorite Knick fan, like for real.
Yeah.
I thought those 2 clips, dude, would be perfect to weave in, you know.
And
I
well
thought
done.
I
Well
thought
done,
CK
man.
and Poppa Left would also appreciate it too, because
I don't know if you remember the Chappelle Show skit where they gave out the reparations and
Yes.
the dude was like, "I'm rich, yeah."
Yes.
That's like that was like me sitting 2 rows behind the Knicks. Like, like you should have never
1000%.
let me sit there.
You should have never
With your
right.
broke asses.
1000%. Yep, that is
that's
a great
so funny.
analogy.
Watch your money, y'all. There's
Yeah.
poor people around here.
Yo, y'all don't understand. This man Poppa Left, like, and he was just blatantly honest with my guy. It was the greatest thing ever. Cause he's like, and he's wearing
He
this
gave me a
Warriors
mask.
jersey. Yeah, he even gave him a Knicks mask. Like, this guy's whole business going on. It was crazy, bro. It was crazy. Are you gonna sit there? And Poppa Left's like, you know what? And he gave him like Poppa Left like gave it a beat. He's like, yeah, you know, I'm pretty sure Poppa Left gave it a beat. You know, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm probably gonna be like this the entire game. So and I'm not trying to be rude, I'm gonna be honest with you. You might want to move a seat. And this guy was so offended by that. He's like, "Come me move a seat." It was a whole thing, but he ended up being cool people. It wasn't a big thing. It was no drama.
Well,
but yeah,
that's
Bob Lev
great.
it was the funniest thing because I've never heard that before. But then when I saw the Warriors, I was like, "Oh, okay, no,
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. I've
Yeah,
never
no,
heard that.
y'all
You gonna
not
be
real
standing the
fans.
whole game? Like what? What you
Like-
mean?
Yeah, right.
You see the
Like,
jersey? You see the hold on the court? Like what you talking about?
See,
so
this is what I
funny.
mean, though, because that tells you he's a weak fan right there.
Yeah.
When you open your mouth to ask some non-fandom nonsense like that,
I mean,
Yeah.
you
come
deserve to
on.
be eviscerated. Like,
I was
Yeah.
like,
Right.
what?
you're going to be standing the
I
whole.
feel-
This is not a movie.
I'm saying
I feel
right.
like-
I can
feel
see
like
if
that
it was a
energy-
movie. Calm down.
I feel like the energy.
Don't watch me,
of,
watch TV.
Of that those box seats, those big time, like, you know, $1,000 seats in the Garden.
Right.
I feel like a lot of times when you go like to a Yankee game or something like that, there's always going to be the bleacher creatures. There's going to be people in the upper decks making a lot of noise. And sometimes you look behind home plate and it's, you know, they'll stand up when it's 2 strikes
Right.
or whatnot. But when it really comes down to it, sometimes I feel people aren't really into it. They're just a little bit above that energy. But I feel, though, being at Knicks games, I feel obviously we have, ambassadors of the 400 section that sit low down. So I felt like there was no shame in me
Right.
acting, you know, with that 400 energy right behind the Knicks bench. So yeah,
Hell
Never
no.
that, bro.
Hell yeah,
Hell
man. No
no.
way.
Never that. You do
Yeah,
your
that's
thistle,
great.
man, and we glad to have you as a
Dude,
part of our
you
family.
excite me to get back to MSG and replicate that energy.
Dude,
You know what
all
I
I
mean?
know is when all of us get together live at those games, it's going to be rowdy.
I can't wait, man. I caught my tickets the other day, man. I'm locked in. I'm ready to go.
You and I got to build on that, Daddy. But yeah, because dude, Coach Five,
I got you, man.
tell
You know I'm
my
bringing you
wife
to a
don't like
game,
going
bro.
to the games with me. She's like, come
You know what was
on.
interesting though? You know, I will say I'll say what was really interesting about and I know we're going to talk about like the actual game and the basketball, the things that Knicks fans are really interested in. But CK and Greg really brought, like, it was a NBA fan, but it was almost, we had like this college kind of like chanting energy as well. We had this very like heckling, you know, we chanted MVP for the refs that were giving us a call, you know. I was heckling on the free throw line, so it was a line of access in terms of what we were able to do as a fan. Like, whereas as a fan in a group of 20,000 people, you know, you're really limited to defense, limited to, you know, chanting for a player's name. You know, I felt like in the summer league, it's just like a plug for anybody who's like on the fence about going the access as a fan of what you have to really impact the game or to be seen and be visible. It's totally different. And CK, I'll say this to you: there's no way that I would have been able to keep all that energy up if you weren't just down for the fight. You weren't down for the battle. Like, I almost got thrown out, and CK was just like, yeah, like, this is my guy. Yeah,
I'm with him. Yeah, right. Yeah. No, for sure, man. I love it. Like I said, man,
I can't hit on every. Yeah. So I can't hit on every line. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll say things that, you know, don't sound the right way, the first way that it came out of my mouth. But, you know, I feel like CK2K and Greg were just like, look, I'm a rock with whatever he's going on.
Yeah, whatever come next. Yeah, for sure.
Dude, and you heard Greg. Greg, you know, said that's what attracted him to come down and introduce himself. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it goes a long way, man. You know, and it translates. And one thing that I was talking about last night with Greg is that I feel like you're giving those guys their first taste of MSG. You know what I mean? You bringing that out to them, you know, and them seeing us come all the way out there and being that loud and making those comments to them and being encouraging. You know what I mean? That's their first taste of it. So it doesn't only just go a long way. I feel like it boosts them up. You know what I mean? It brings them up a notch, and it should excite them to get out on the floor.
My bad, y'all. I got new puppy.
No, it's all good. For the opposing players as well, I remember this was when Roger Hines, the Knicks trainer, came over to me. I think kind of like took notice to me, but I screamed at while the Pacers player was shooting a free throw. I was like, "You're at the Garden now. You're at the Garden now." And I was making noise when he was trying to shoot a free throw. Like, you don't get a pass, bro. This is not like a golf, you know, invite. You know, this is NBA action. Welcome. This is what happens when you play the Knicks. So I felt like all the opposing players felt that as well. Like, there were games that the Knicks were designated as the road team, but I feel like for every single game we were Garden Vegas. Yeah.
That's how it felt.
MSG
through
Vegas.
The TV. It felt, you know what I mean? Like Coach said, we didn't only just hear you. It felt like that watching the game, you know?
Appreciate it, man.
So that's great, man. That's definitely great. It was just awesome, man. That's you know, the biggest reason I wanted to get all three of you guys together. You know, I wish we could have got Greg here too, but at least we got some content from him, you know. But yeah, definitely great stuff, man. Great stuff.
So let's jump into this real quick. Get you guys' opinion. This time I'm going to start with CK. What'd you think of our three rookies this year?
Oh, man. See, I don't like to get too critical in Summer League.
It's just Summer League. It's just
right. Because we remember how RJ did, and we know what he turned into. And then
go with Knox.
All the way around with my guy, Kevin Knox. Yeah, you knew I was going to go to it because let me tell you, I was guilty. Yeah, Danny, I was just talking to you on Twitter because literally it's because of that Summer League that I went straight to the NBA store and got me.
How many jerseys you got?
Two of them, man.
Two of worth it. Don't give up on them yet.
I ain't hanging it up yet, but yeah, they are in my possession.
Kuzma did the same. Kuzma was like the super duper all-star of Summer League. And
but I saw through that. Lonzo made him. If you watch those, I saw through the Kuzma hype a long time. Yeah, Lonzo made him in that Summer League. And you saw But anyways, yeah. So when it comes to our rookies in this in the Summer League,
I love it.
It was more one of those things because you know they're all lower picks. You just wanted to see them play. You know, you could talk about the highlights and everything they did in college and this, that, and the third. You just wanted to see them play and how they were going to show up. And just to go in there and see, you know, Grimes, who at least in the few games we saw up until, you know, that second week or right after I left pretty much, his shot was there. You knew he had a shot, but he wasn't hitting them to the clip that he was hitting them towards the end of the Summer League. It wasn't like he was out of it because his shot wasn't there, because the little things like Poppa Left kept talking about, we're watching this dude lock up everybody they were putting him on. They kept switching him on to a guy that was hot, and that guy was not hot anymore. Like, Grimes is a dog defensively, and it's going to be crazy to me if I don't see this dude in the rotation. And I don't care if that's an overhype of Quentin Grimes, but his defense is that serious, you know. And they even got to the point there where in some instances where you saw that they put Deuce and Grimes in different instances on guys like Cade, and you know he was hitting it from the 3-point ball, but that's because that's all he was getting the opportunity for, was shooting the ball off the screen really quickly, because he was not getting to the rim. You can check the highlights; very rarely was he even getting to the rim because these guys were locking him up, and luckily he was making his shot. I mean, not luckily, it means he's number one overpick for a reason.
Right.
So just, not to get too into it, like, McBride's going to be this, Grimes is going to be that, just from what we got to see, you can tell that these guys, they don't care if it's summer league, they don't care if it's training camp, they don't care if it's a street game. These guys are taking that name on the jersey, they're taking that city on the jersey, they're taking that serious, and they want this, they want to be a part of the Knicks movement. You saw IQ was talking about that the entire week. Like, once you pass through these, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but once you pass through these doors, it's nothing but work, and you can see that mentality was reigning on the entire squad, and I loved it, and that's why that Detroit Pistons games, even though it ended in a loss, it was my favorite game because they never gave up, and that was a game where we did not have one of my favorite guys in this summer league in Jericho Sims, and they still went out there and they were about their business, so the second year guys doing what they're supposed to do, really happy about that, and even to a next level. Obi's confidence was through the roof. You obviously, like, I don't have to, Deuce McBride, like, I'm in. I'm in. Like, it's unhealthy how I'm in on Deuce McBride. Like, I'm ready to buy that jersey if he has one good preseason game. Like, it's not cap. You know what I mean?
Man. It's in the store.
I see it. It's tabbed. Danny, it's tabbed, bro. It's tabbed. Like, I'm not playing with you. It's tabbed. I'm getting the real one, Squarespace and all. Like, it's tabbed, ready to go. But I'm very excited about what these guys are bringing. I mean, it's yet to be known how much they will play in the games. I still expect that they'll get some good burn throughout the season, but very excited. I'm looking forward to preseason to see how they integrate with the big fellas.
Hell yeah.
Nothing negative over here because preseason summer league. So I'm sorry if anybody's looking for in-depth analysis in the chat. I'm sorry. It's preseason or summer league.
Coach is muted. I don't think he realizes.
I hope nobody is sitting there, man,
right,
wanting to hear negativity.
You'd be surprised, now. Coach. I get all the time.
Smack him with a wet tuna fish. Right.
They'll be like, "Yo, CK's too positive on these guys." I'm like, "Yo, what do you want me to say in this? It's a summer league." Like,
they didn't have shitty outings.
I will pellet them with hard grits.
Yo, and Coach could cook, man. So
I'll buy that for sure.
All right, so Pop, what do you think about our brand new rookies, fresh out the plastic?
Well, I think all of them are ready and able to go if need be. I think that's the most important piece about this summer league and what I learned. I feel like if you have an Alec Burks that suffers an injury, if you have Evan Fournier who suffers an injury, I think you can put Grimes in. And, you won't miss deep, but you'll get a different level of intensity. You'll get a different level of gamesmanship. I mean, they're not necessarily getting off the ball one-on-one isolation moves that you're going to get from Fournier and Burks, but I think Grimes can not kill you with his offense in terms of why is this guy in the game? Like, he's not Landry Fields, as a wing. He's a guy who can shoot consistently, and he plays with a level of intensity and IQ on defense where he disrupts, your first move. And I think he gets wings to over dribble, to overthink, and he tracks off of the first step very well. So I think Grimes is going to be another two-way player, kind of in the mold of RJ, where we're going to have to maybe wait a little bit to see the consistency with the offense, but the defense and the intensity, the rebounding. I think there was a game where he had 10 rebounds. You got to remember, the Knicks ran 4 guards out there. They ran Rokas, Vildoza, IQ, Deuce McBride. So Grimes had to help out on the rebounds, and he was, regardless of how he was shooting, he was getting a lot of boards. With the absence of Sims, there was just Travis Reed, and we just didn't have a lot of bodies there to get a lot of rebounds. So I think Grimes was a great stat-filling hustle play guy, and then towards the end, which was really nice to see, is he was knocking down his shots, and when you have a guy who's showcasing that, the more shooters we can put on the floor, the more 3-and-D ability we can put on the floor throughout an 82-game season and throughout a series where, depth is important. I think we have a player that's ready to go in Grimes. With Deuce McBride, I said this to CP on Knicks Fan TV. I think all Knicks fans are going to notice this. Whenever Deuce comes in the game, positive things are going to happen. I think he ratchets up the intensity on defense. He doesn't do anything flagrant as a defender. He's very composed. He's in your airspace. He's the type of guy that, I may question his shot selection, but he shoots with ultimate confidence from the perimeter. Who's to say what his playmaking ability will be? Who's to say where he fits on the rotation? I do think we saw how quickly he played in the preseason and how it changed Thibodeau's kind of perception of, all right, this guy has to get in the game. When Peyton's not performing, we have to go. This is obviously pre-Rose, so we have to go to another guard. So I don't know where that happens. I think Deuce is going to be challenged to replace. You got Kemba, you got Rose, you got Quickly, you got a lot of guys ahead of him. So I don't know necessarily where he fits in. But again, I think I'll bring up the Yankees here. The Yankees struggled throughout a large portion of the year, and their lineup kind of got handicapped whenever a guy hit the COVID IL, a guy got injured. But now what you're seeing is the reinforcements are so strong that the bottom, you're only as strong as your weakest link. I think the Yankees on their day where a guy needs a day off, I think they still have a better lineup, a better bench reinforcements than most of the teams they play, which is why they're successful in this recent stretch. I think the Knicks, whether it's McBride or Grimes or Sims, who I think when you looked at Norvel Pell and the role he filled, when Noel was going down, when Taj was just tired and needed a break. I think Sims can go in there and he doesn't have to have a developed offensive game. He just has to, finish rebounds, play defense, and be able to switch. And I think he can do that as well. So
he showcased all of that perfectly. He
these
really
three
did.
players are not going to be. I think he looked very NBA. That's what I'll say about Jericho Sims. And he did things that are almost elite NBA in terms of playing above the rim. So I mean,
Young
do
Dwight.
these guys have flaws? Do these guys have flaws in their game? Absolutely. Are they going to be asked to carry the weight for us? I don't think so. But I think when they are asked to play and they're asked to go in the game, I think we will not miss the identity of who we are. Whereas I think last year, I think there were players that filled our rotation and even started where there was moments where, I really wish we had some scoring in the game, or I really wish we had some playmaking. I wish we had some lockdown defense. Reggie Bullock, love him, love the 3-point shooting ability, love the defense. But there's times where I wish you could create with 5 seconds left. I wish you didn't have to pass out because you can't make a one-on-one. I think Grimes
those times
replaces that, and I think he has a little bit more ability. I just want to bring up one play in particular. It was game 4. Yeah, it was game 4 when we were going on a run and RJ was showing up and he was playing hard. And there was a 2-on-1 and Reggie was in a 2-on-1 with RJ. And Reggie kind of tripped on his own his own ability to score in that break. And I think that's a place where we're just going to have a rotational piece in there that's not going to have that deficiency in his game. So
I agree with you.
I think we're stronger all around with those 3 picks.
1,000%.
Totally agree. I was just going to add, throughout the season, like those periods of times, I feel like were so tough for us because it was more so like we were trying to buy time to get certain players back into the lineup to give us more offensive boost. Yeah. So we're not even going to have that issue this year because hopefully, we'll be able to keep plugging in guys that don't need to buy us time. They'll just keep the momentum going. So just a little difference, I think, that we'll see from last year to this year.
Yeah.
Alvaro Orion asked a very good question. 2-round or second-round playoffs is a must. If not, it's failure. With a question mark. I don't know if it's failure, so to speak.
Yeah.
You really got to see how the entire season plays out. I mean, at the end of the day, the East got better. The entire East got better. So things are not going to necessarily play out the same way as they did last year. But I do expect that we should be going into the second round. I do feel like I feel like we now have the pieces to get out of the first round, depending on who we face. You know what I mean? So we would still kind of need to be in that 4, 5, 6 range. but I feel like we have a team that can do that. But at the same time, it's not a failure if we don't get out of the second round, unless we just don't show up, which I don't think we're going to do. But
Correct. I agree. I totally agree. I don't think it's a failure. I think all we need to do is continue to build off of what we did last season, you know? So getting into the playoffs and having a good showing, to me, is more important than getting to the second round. You know what I mean? It's I know it kind of coincides together a little bit, but I feel like they're not so mutually exclusive, you know, at the same time. So I don't see it as a failure. I just think that we need to show out, you know, and throughout the whole time. And I think that alone will help build off of what we started.
I agree. Gentlemen?
Poppa, I want to hear Poppa Love's thoughts. I can see it on his face.
So I think it could be a failure, and it breaks down to how that first round.
Right.
First of all, like getting through a regular season in the NBA and finding a groove and being able to win 2 out of 3 games to pop and not go on extended losing streaks. Like, I need to see that again. You know, I need to be able to feel confident that is a cultural thing. Like, we're on a trajectory to not lose 3 games in a row. Right. You know, I think that makes the team a playoff team. So getting there is not a given for me yet. I still need to see this team win basketball games. So that's number one. As far as getting in the playoffs and winning a series and not winning the series and calling that a failure, I think it really comes down to the front office identifying what do we need to win in the NBA playoffs, and I think they're doing it the right way in terms of we are going to fill the gaps and see how far this unit can go with the pieces we gave you. We're not going to overstep our checks. We're not going to overstep where we need to go. But I need to know that what I've given you is enough to push you forward to the next point to where I'm able to go in the bank and continue to improve. So I'm not sure. It really comes down to RJ Barrett. It comes down to Julius Randle. I think they're the 2 most unspoken pieces of this offseason, especially when it comes to RJ Barrett, because we're getting a 3rd-year player walking into his body, walking into his prime, walking into
that's
his
the
skills.
year, man.
So
yeah.
So I think all those off-season pieces that we got, they're great. They're exciting. They're interesting. How does it work? But I think ultimately our potential lies within the pieces that have potential. So Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, you know, Emmanuel Quickly, Obi Toppin, those pieces are going to define of everybody has a great offseason. I already know what Jimmy Butler and Kyle Lowry is. I already know what DeMar DeRozan is. I already know, you know, to a certain extent. I know who Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons are. I don't know who RJ Barrett is yet. You know?
Not
so
yet.
If RJ Barrett is just inconsistent game to game and timid on the offense and not willing to create his own shot or unable to create space, then yes, we're going to go down 6-7 game series and it'll come down to shooting, you know, from our ancillary pieces. But you know, if RJ is showing that he's taken that leap, and we have a disappointing first round, I feel like we wasted a year of potential. I feel like we wasted a year, and it was a failure. But if we're a team that just I feel like I've said enough, but I feel like it really comes down to those pieces and whether they push forward.
Right on. And I agree with you there too. That's why I was kind of hedging mine when I was saying, you know, it's not a failure, but we got to see everything play out. It's really difficult to
There's
say.
a possibility.
There's just a lot of factors, and that's the reason why I'm leaning more towards on the not a failure, because there's just too many factors, and all you guys hit every single factor, which is why it's hard to lean one way or another. Because you definitely, you know, with the team we have, Poppa Lev put it perfectly. They put a team that is better than what we had last season. So to not make the playoffs, I understand, you know, the East did get better, but to not make the playoffs, to me, is going to be a tough pill to swallow when we have a better team put together this year. than we did last year. That's gonna be tough for me. I'm gonna be real with you.
No,
that's the failure. That's the failure point.
That's 100% the failure. So that's what I'm looking at playoffs.
Yeah, you can get in. You can get in at 7 and 8 and win that 1-game playoff and dodge that. But if you don't get in the playoffs,
I can't give that either. I mean, I understand.
He doesn't want play-in either because we didn't do play-in last year.
That's, right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you're right, because obviously at 7 and 8, you're going to be playing one of these big juggernaut teams.
And that's where the problems come in.
I don't know. I don't know. To answer the question, I do not think that if we do not become a second-round team, it is not a failure. But at the same time, if we do get to that 4th, 5th seed again, and we only up and win 2 games compared to the 1 from last year, that's tough for me. That's tough for me not to say.
Yeah, if we go it's the not distance, big enough of a step.
Right. If we go the distance and we lose in 6, we lose in 7, it'll suck. It'll be rough. But that to me, I'll take that. I'll take that because that is a step. I'm not gonna count that. Right. Exactly. Yes. We did more than what we were saying. And then to Poppa Left's point, we don't know who RJ Barrett is, and that's 100% a fact. But do we know who Julius Randle is? We still need to see which. We got 2 Julius Randle.
Honestly, I feel like
And this is not a slight. This is not a slight. I'm just saying this year is a big year for him as well because we got 2 Julius Randles. We got the stumbling, bumbling Julius Randle, and we got the next level MVP candidate.
He's got to be more consistent.
No, I don't think he's going to be that either, Coach.
I'm good.
I'm
good, but
I'm not saying he's going to be that, Coach. I'm just saying we got 2 Randles. Which one are we going to get? Which step is he going to go?
Him is in the playoffs when he saw the other guys were failing, he felt like he had to take it upon himself again.
Yeah.
That's why I'm glad Evan Fournier is here and Kemba Walker. Because they take that pressure off of him so he doesn't have to feel that way and botch it up like he did in the playoffs this year. Because the only time he botched it up all season was in the playoffs, and he was trying to do more than what he could do.
Than what he can do, yeah.
Especially because the Atlanta Hawks keyed in on him the whole time.
Right. Yeah, that's only a piece.
That's all they had to do.
The whole time.
That's all they had to do. That's literally
people talk about Randall's performance, and it pisses me off because if everyone else around him performed better, his performance would have been better because it would not have had as much to deal with traffic as he did. But once you lock him, who else? So it was easy.
We weren't built like that yet.
Right, exactly. We weren't built like that yet. But that's exactly right.
But we all in this. A piece of news dropped this morning, and I want to get y'all's takes on it. We're a half-hour show that's going an hour again. But it's just so much. And
what the people want.
It's what the people want, and it's what they need. So what I want to go into right now, ladies and gentlemen, is... I don't know if y'all can see it, but this is the New York Knicks announced the preseason schedule.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, October 5th, we are facing the Indiana Pacers at MSG. Yep. On October 9th, it's the Wizards at Capital One Arena. And then on the 13th, it's the Detroit Pistons at MSG. And on the 15th, that's a Friday, Washington Wizards at MSG.
The Wizards in the preseason, man. I swear. We always play them 2 times in the preseason.
Yeah, we do.
I know. I've seen that the other day. I was like, come on.
Always. It's always the Wizards. And it sucks because that's my wife's team.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, so that's preseason is always a feisty in the coach household.
Isn't it crazy how you can get somebody to marry you, like cut off all men from the world, but they can't change their team for you? Like my girl's a Clippers fan, and like she's willing to choose me, but she can't go from the Clippers to the Knicks. I don't understand that.
I don't either.
It's insane.
I don't get it.
It's funny.
You should come along for the whole ride.
Right. All of me and none of me.
Wait.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. See.
But then doesn't that mean that we gotta watch their team too?
No.
Nah. What? Are they? Is she waiting? Hold on. Are y'all just watching your teams?
They're on an island. You could, nah.
Listen,
are you guys watching?
I'm watching your teams. You take care of the household activities, and then they sit down and watch the Knicks game with you. That's how it should go. That's how I see it.
Well, see, my wife is an avid sports
either that or go to bed.
My wife is an avid sport. Okay. Check this out, right? Last night, I'm downstairs playing 2K. She's upstairs watching AEW. Okay.
It's been popping lately, man.
Hold on.
It is, man.
She cursed me out. She cursed me out because I've turned on SmackDown. She was like, "What is this? Why is this on my TV?"
Whoa.
Okay, my wife. We have a.
She wants the best product.
You know those football trivia pad things that are like this thick? Dude, on any given day, I can read off like 5 of them in a row, and she will get them all damn it right. All of them.
Wow.
My wife, I keep trying to get her on these shows because her takes is iller than mine. Keep it above. She's
Let's do it,
wildly entertaining. But she does support the Knicks. That I did do. She supports the Knicks. She supports the Mets, and she hated baseball when we got together. And she goes to Met games, supports the Mets. She'll put the Mets on upstairs during the losing streak. I'll be downstairs watching like preseason football. I mean,
what my girl doesn't understand. What my girl doesn't understand is that she just thinks I'm a Knicks fan, and like I have like 6 degrees of separation from the Knicks. And then she has the audacity to say, like, I like Obi Toppin, though. He's handsome. I like, yo, keep that shit to yourself.
That's my beef.
I'm like
that's
there.
My beef. See, but at least y'all, they watch the game. Mine don't. And then she got the nerve to come in here and be like, oh, who's 23? Looking at Mitchell Robinson. I'm like, yo, you ain't been here for the entire game. And you here looking at Mitchell. You better go sit down somewhere. If you want to watch the game with me, you want to watch the game. And we're going to talk about who's good looking. So that's
so
my
funny.
Beef.
That's so funny, man. I was telling Greg last night, man. That's part of how I became a Knicks fan is because my mom had such a crush. Was cute? No, my mom had such a crush on Allen Houston, bro. She'd always have Knick games on, so I'd always catch them. And then I started growing up playing basketball, and I mean, I'm a Knicks fan, so it's just funny, man. It's women, man.
Big shouts to your mom, though. That was what's up. Good job, mom.
Too funny, man.
Too funny. Bro.
But we gotta thank you guys, man.
Out of these 4 games, how many we winning? I'm gonna start with Poppa. This is
why you gotta do this, Coach. Coach, why you gotta do this?
You know, machine gun at the end of the show. You know we gotta do it. We got 4 games. How many we winning? Poppa.
Well, let me. I'll give an educated guess. Let's think about this. So we got a home game against the Pacers.
Bang.
Right.
Yep.
That's it. I'm putting that down as a win. Then we have what do we have after that?
Away at Washington.
Our only away game.
Yes. The only away game is Washington. The rest are home.
I think we're going to, book it. Sweep. 4-0 sweep. None of I'll say this. The Pacers
read my mind, man.
Might be a tough game. I think here's my thing with this, and I was saying this to a gentleman who was sitting next to me while I was watching the Field of Dreams Yankees-White Sox game, which, by the way, is the last time the Yankees have lost a game, right? And people may still watch this podcast in a week, and we still might be winning. But, like, I was sitting next to this dude I was sitting next to him in a betting sports book, and he's got a whole list of summer league games that he was betting on. And he's like trying to figure out who's going to win. I'm like, bro, you got to be insane to like throw your money on a summer league game. Like, there's no rhyme or reason to this. But there is one thing. I will say this. What organization knows what they want to do in a basketball game? What coach knows what he wants to do, knows his rotations, knows how they want to play the game? And I think of those teams, I don't think the Wizards know exactly who they are. So that's 2 games where I feel like if we have the identity, we know we want to play defense, we want to shoot a lot of threes, we want to, we want to slow the game down when we have a lead. I think we're going to beat them. I think that the Pistons have no clue who they want to be yet. They're still going to be playing around. The Pacers know what they want to do. I think Rick Carlisle knows what he wants to do. I think they have a lot of talent across the board. I think they're a pesky team. I think they're one of the teams, if you want to bet over-under, I would bet over on the Pacers this year. I have a lot of respect for them. I think Chris Duarte is a hell of an addition to what they already got going on with Warren, with what they got with Brogdon, Turner, Sabonis. They got a loaded team. So I think that might be a game where we might lose. But, first home game preseason, Knicks fans are crazy. I think that gives us early.
So I got you at 4 sweep.
4-0.
All right. CK.
I hate doing predictions, y'all.
Me too.
And I love being wrong with predictions because I'm always the one that likes to be a little timid with them. I'm going to go 3-1, though. I'm going to get a little aggressive. I'm going to go 3-1. I just don't see us getting all of them. I feel like we're going to be playing with some funky lineups. I think, Tibbs is going to be seeing which, because look what happened with Mayo quickly. I mean, he got forced into starting last year in the preseason because of injuries. And who knows what happens this year? You know what I mean? Does he, force Deuce into the starting spot because he doesn't want to play Kemba? All kinds of crazy things could happen in it, which could
how
lead.
much are these guys actually going to play like Kemba? And
that's what I'm saying, right?
You know what I mean?
Right. So it's not.
I still think
might
we're
not
deep
even
enough.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. But at the same time, like I said, I just cannot give us a full 4 sweep in the preseason. Nor would I'm not sure if I want one in the full. It'd be great, but I just don't know if I can do it.
It might be fool's gold going into the season.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but the thing is, I'm trying to think of who would be, and I'm with Poppa left on either the Pacers.
That's it.
But then I'm also looking, just because it's the Wizards, man, they're the most unpredictable team. They got Kuzma, so they're feeling themselves. Spencer Dinwiddie might try hard. And so there's all these kind of different factors that could happen. They're trying to show out, it's against the Knicks.
Might try hard.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that one away game or even that home game, the last one of the preseason where, we're probably going to rest some of those vets. I just feel like one of those two Washington games we're going to slip on.
Bang. Danny.
I can't give the 4-0. I can't
all right,
do it.
So when I'm listening to Poppa left, right, because when he says, let's break it down, and I start thinking about it, I'm kind of with you, right? Like I feel like you could see him go 4-0, but I like to be conservative a little bit. I'm gonna say 3-1, and I'm gonna cut myself short so I don't talk myself out of it.
Bam.
He's like, I'm leaving it at that. That's it.
3-1.
I'm going 3-1.
Guarantee, if it's 1-3 or 0-4. It's going to be hell to pay on Knicks Twitter. I'm telling you right now. These games mean absolutely nothing.
I'm not even throwing that into the air.
For the sake of your own mental well-being. Yeah, I'm just telling you.
I'm not even putting that in the air. 0-4.
Let the Knicks lose by. Let the Knicks lose by 13 to the Pacers. The first one.
I think the worst we'll do is 2-2, and I wanted to say 2-2, but I like to be positive. That's why I went 3-1. And
I don't see 2-2. Maybe the Pacers. I don't see the Pistons or the Wizards. Just to be honest.
I just think you don't know.
My wife is going to watch this and look at me funny, and I'm sorry. I'll be on punishment later. I know.
Hey, let her know I said the Wizards will take one of them.
This is in a month, by the way. Yes. Like, you better get on the grind and pay your bills, because this is in a month. This is not like
time to buy some tickets.
This is,
yeah. 5 weeks, man. That's it. 5 weeks.
Yep.
All right, brothers. Thank y'all so much. This was fun.
Yeah, it was a good one.
This is a good one. Boy.
Always fun, man. Always.
All right. So you know how we love to do. We love to give you guys a few minutes to just wax poetically about yourselves and where you at and how people can find your content and everything. So Pop, let's hit it.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? My name is Poppa Left. I appreciate everyone reached out to me and commented and shared my content, especially on Twitter, where you can find me at Live Like Lefty or Live. I just, there's some type of pulse that I've hit within Knicks Twitter, and I'm only on there really to mainly talk Knicks. So you're going to get like 75 to 80% Knicks, but I'm also a huge Yankee fan. The Yankees are hot right now. I'm a Jet fan. I love football. I'm a very biased, fair lover of all New York sports. So if you're a Mets fan, salute. I see you go. And honestly, you should be playing better. You should be playing better than your record right now. You got a lot of good pitching that gets hurt. If you're a Giants fan, I support your history. Amani Toomer, Tiki Barber, Michael Strahan. Like, you guys were a force when I was a kid, and obviously beating Brady was fun to root for you guys. Yes, if you're a Devils Islanders fan, I may go to the game and out, but you know what I mean. I feel like you guys are one of the hardest fan bases. It's fun. And obviously, as a Knicks fan, I love my Knicks fans. And as if you're a Brooklyn Nets fan, promo code Harden. So keep using those promo codes. I only go at the Net fan because I want them to be great. I was just watching a live of Lupe Fiasco, and Lupe was breaking it down. He was like, "These are pro tips for you to kill me in a battle, because if you have pride." I don't want the Nets to just win a ring and the outskirt net fan to just like be happy and be like, I'm not trying to win the city. I just want to win a ring. No, come outside and talk your shit, because we're out here. We were raising you up, and we want to raise,
man. That's what it's about.
And that's what it goes for Atlanta as well. So I think we're just trying to match the energy, because it's not fun. You out here looking crazy, going hard for something, and someone's like, it's only summer league. Yo, what's wrong with you? You're delusional. Be impassioned. I know you want to. Join the fight. Join the passion. I know you want to. I know you're looking at it like this is fun, because CK, what do they all do? When I start talking, they start talking back. So it's not beneath them. They can't act bougie. All right? Action.
Go follow that man. Go follow that man.
And there's people who are reactive.
There it is.
Now, CK, where can we find you?
You know where you can find me. You find me everywhere at CK2K. I always appreciate the support. I try to make it easy. CK2K. I appreciate all the support and everything. But you know it is. I love being around talented people like y'all. Coach Danny B, my man Poppa left. Shout out to Greg. I love doing things like this and jumping on and being able to conversate Knicks wise with you guys. But if you want to come to my neck of the woods, CK2K, you can find me across the boards, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and I'm gonna keep it at that. Let's go, Knicks. I'm not buying a Deuce jersey. I'm not buying a Deuce jersey. I'm not buying a Deuce jersey.
Not yet.
I am. Well, I gotta get my Toppin jersey first. Then I gotta
wait for my Kemba jersey, man. I bought that Kemba
Can
jersey.
Can I just say something about CK?
After it came out.
Can I say something about CK? I really think it's hard for people to say follow me. It's easy and get the people to follow you. I feel like when people tell other people to follow him, y'all really should go to CK2K's YouTube page, because he has just a. And I'm gonna make you feel annoyed, because it's I work so hard to put out a good product, but when somebody tells me I have a good product, it's all right, stop talking about me.
Yeah, bounce.
But CK, really, he has a sweet spot. He has a sweet spot in terms of in depth, but critically getting to the points that you need to know.
Yes, he does.
And he gets it all done in about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes less than 10 minutes.
How about the
he's a great watch. And the Zoom game is elite. Before, if he was a rapper, if he was Jay-Z, I was doing Zoom before Zoom. He was definitely kill. Yeah. So, and also he's also on Knicks fan TV pretty much after every game, and he's just an amazing person, and he supported me. Danny supported me. Coach Foss supported me. So make sure you guys are actually taking heed to this call of action, because these guys are really out here every day, whether it be Danny Beals in the morning drive, CK, seemingly after every game on his own channel. And it's you think oh yeah, CK2K from Knicks fan TV. Shout out to CP, but CK2K is a powerhouse. It's not a joke. Go look him up. Get him on YouTube and make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Bang.
Yo, I'll never forget CK after game 2, man. After game 2, we're all out in the streets, and I saw CP with the camera going around. And I come up behind him. I'm like, "What's up, CP?" I look at the screen. I saw CK on the screen.
Y'all
that excited me more than everybody else
around. I felt my smile. I was like, "Cause let's CK." I was like, it just made me. I was like, "Damn, I wish I was there." But I appreciate y'all, man. Yeah, that was cool. That was a fun moment. That was a moment.
Absolutely, man. Everybody listening, go follow both of these guys right now.
Please do.
Their content
Please
is great.
believe it. We don't have slouches on our show. No. We have prime cuts.
That's right, man.
You know
how we do.
You know how
big
we
ups, big ups.
Big ups,
Definitely.
yo. Big ups to both you gentlemen, CK2K, Poppa Left, and of course my partner Danny B.
My man, Coach Fa, back at you, bro. And I gotta say, real quick, if you haven't got no Knicks set T-shirt yet, go buy that shirt. What you waiting for, man?
I wore it last week. That's why I didn't wear it this week, because you
can't wear it 2 weeks in a row.
I hooped in yesterday, Poppa Left. I was gonna wear it because you was with me. I hooped in it last night, so I don't think I was gonna wear it.
If you watch this podcast to this far, the first person to DM me and say, "I saw you on the corner, great job," we'll get a free Knicks set T-shirt. I'll send it to you in the mail.
Y'all
And
heard?
anybody who sends me,
Yes, what's up?
Y'all
and
still
anybody
tuning
who
in?
tags, anybody who shares the podcast will get $10 off their Knicks set T-shirt. So
You heard it here first,
Look,
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go
Love
cop that. Cop
Love
that.
Did you hear this guy right down there? Did you hear
Easy
this?
cop too. Easy
Remind me
cop.
like the Brady
Get in
Bunch.
there.
Like this is like
All day, man.
All right. What? No. Yep. This guy.
So
All right.
CK Poppa left.
One love. We appreciate it. All right, Eric Kane, you got the last shout out. Repping from Seattle. We see you, and we will see y'all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. It's
Yes,
your
sir.
man, Coach Five.
And I'm Danny B, and I appreciate everybody rocking with us. Thank you. CK Poppa left. It's been a pleasure. We will all see you soon.
Peace. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.